Hey soulmates, you are welcome to Soul with Cherry. How you all doing today? Longest time not hearing from me. I'm so sorry. I've been way too busy with lots and lots of projects from different establishments I have. But I'm back now again, so we're going to continue from where we stopped. So looking here is plates. Pleats, plates. So I'm going to this is already, we have already plated and pinned it down already. But before we went ahead to plait and pin, we had to hem the down part, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and illustrate to you how you can achieve this. Then the only thing that is left here is to iron it, press it down, and make sure you have very good iron. I told you all to try and get industrial steam iron, and the brand I'm using is Tool Iron, and Tool Iron is so awesome for every one of us to have it. It's very effective, very efficient, and more way durable than lots of other irons I've used. All right, so this is it. Let me now illustrate how I achieve this with brown pepper. All right, so illustrating from this plain pepper, you're going to decide the size of pleat you're making. So the one I showed you that I already pleated is 1 inch pleat. You can as well do half. Pleat ranges from quarter to half to half inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, to whatever. It depends on what you're making. All these way exaggerated attires can be from 3 inches and above, right? So but I'm working with today I want to just work with 1 inch plates. All right, so but it does not mean that you cannot still use same method. You can use the same method to get any size of plate that you want. How you do your markings is just place your ruler like this, your tape rule like this, mark 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch spacing. Now, assuming that you don't is on your fabric and you do not want to rule from beginning to the end, I advise you mark 3 points. So I've marked at the center. I'm going to go ahead and mark at the end as well. So now I'm just going to use my ruler to connect it on the pepper because it's a pepper. If it was fabric like the one I showed you, I had already done, I didn't have to connect the dots at all. I just made use of my initiative. I'll just tack here, pin it to somewhere to the next 2 points, and then hold the center, pin it to the next 2 points, hold the edge, pin it to the next 2 points, and it corresponds accordingly. But because this is pepper, I'm just going to, because I can be able to do rough work on my pepper, I can be able to connect the lines. So there is something I want to bring your mind to. How do you know the length of fabric that you cut out for you to plait to be able to get the exact amount needed for the round of where you're going to be attaching your pleated fabric to? So for pleating, you actually need 3 lines, three boxes to pleat to get one plate. So that means that whatever you are whatever round you're working with, assuming you are attaching this plate to the waist, right, or to a basque, make sure you measure the place you're attaching it to. Please make sure you measure it correctly, or whether it be it basque, because this is my own, I'm going to be attaching it on a basque. So be it basque or a waist, measure the round of where you're attaching it to, then multiply it by 3, and also add excess allowance of say 2 inches for zipper allowance, and then please add extra 10 inches to that, because sometimes some pleats, when you're pleating on a fabric, if you're not careful, because we are all human beings and we are not perfect, sometimes you may use more fabric needed for some parts, may gather more fabric in pleating. All right, so that way it's going to definitely reduce the size of the round times 3. So round, assuming I'm working with a waist round of 30 inches, so I'm going to do 30 times 3 is 90 inches, then plus 2 inches zipper allowance, or whatever allowance, be it zipper or joining allowance, however your own is going to be, and then plus extra 10 inches. So just know that for the zipper or joining allowance, you're going to leave 1 inch here. 1 inch is not going to enter your pleating, so that means that you're going to start your pleating from this line. So watch me as I do. I pick up this 1 2, this second line is what I'm going to pick up. I pick up this second line, I stretch it, and then I go to meet this second line after it. And then you press it down, because this paper is respecting itself and pressing down. So if you turn to the back, you see that this part now, this zipper allowance is not affected. Zipper or joint allowance is not affected, it's just on its own. Nothing is no excess fabric enter there. So that means that is why you must start your pleat in a section of the sewing or zipper allowance. You count 1 2 lines, start pleating from the 2 lines. So you pick up the 2 lines, and then you go to meet this other 2 lines, and then you hold it down with pin. I recommend holding down with pin. Sometimes when I'm so much in a hurry and I have less things to pleat, I just, as I'm pleating, I'm ironing immediately. So next, you're going to this box, you're going to pleat this box to meet the 3rd box. So I'm going to pick this line and then go over to the other line. So as you're pleating, you're holding down with pin. As you're pleating, you're holding down with pin where necessary. You can actually hold it down with pins in 3 places: 1 2 3, beginning, center, and edge. So I'm going to pick this next line and then pleat it to meet this the other line. You can see, right? So this is what we're going to keep on doing until you get to the almost the end. As you're pleating, because you added excess allowance, please, as you're pleating, when you get close to the end, when you have just like 15 inches of fabric left, please measure so that you be sure that you don't pleat more than required, since we have excess fabric for correction due to error, right? So you measure until, keep on measuring until you get, like me now, until I get the 30 inches round I am looking for, I'm pleating for, right? So when you get to that part, you're just going to stop there, and then make sure that you have zipper or sewing allowance at the other edge where your pleat has ended. All right, so now we're going to go over to my ironing table so you can see how I'm going to iron it. So we're just going to long iron. Make sure you long iron, making use of your steam. Press hold on the steam. Don't leave it at all, because this thing needs very hot iron to even press. I'm still going to come back to this part I've ironed already.
If you want, you can sprinkle a huge amount of water on it and use any iron that you have.
So you just have to keep ironing every part you have started until you have gotten a very strong lines that will not at any point at all scatter. So just try to get, this is what you're going to keep on doing until you have gotten a very sharp and strong pleat. Also apply a little pressure. I don't say you should break your table or break the handle of the iron. Just apply a little pressure so that it can can stiffen it more, you know, can give it more stronger higher press. So sum it. So this is how you're going to keep on go ahead with all the ironing. and do whatever I did. What I did here is what you're going to do to these other parts. And then be very mindful at the edge. Be very mindful of the pleat at the edge, because this edge can be very stubborn. So be very, very mindful. Press it very, real, real good.
So this is the end result of the work. If this tutorial was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel. Also put on your notification bell so that you'll be notified each time we upload a new tutorial. So next thing that you might want to do is to give this dress to a dry cleaner to wash off the chalk areas and then iron it very well again for you. Please make sure you give them guidelines on how to iron it. Okay, so with this I say ciao. If you have any question, please leave it in the comment section, or you have any suggestion or any new thing you want to learn, I will always be here. As I'm fully back now for us, I'm sorry I had very big projects in my establishment, as this is not the only business I do. So I'm back here for us now again. So if you don't have any question again, I will just be here. Leave in the comment section. Let us also know how you feel about this tutorial. So have a very beautiful time practicing on your own. Ciao. Remember, I said you can as well make use of just any type of iron you have and then sprinkle a lot of water on it. Even while using the steam iron, you could still sprinkle a lot of water on it. It's going to help give it a very long, everlasting pleats, not prints. You know, some of us call it prints. Yeah, the what it gives is print. You're printing lines on it, but it's actually called pleats. 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 All right, so have a very beautiful time practicing on your own. Let us know your results as well. Ciao.